It is the end of an era on Capitol Hill. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi stepping down from her role in the House after leading her party there for nearly 20 years. Fox's Doug Luzader joins us live from Washington, D.C. this morning. Good morning, Doug. Happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy Friday. And Nancy Pelosi kept us kind of guessing until the very end here, until we heard this announcement yesterday. The Pelosi era, and it was a long one, is now coming to an end.
I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress.
We knew Nancy Pelosi would have to turn over her gavel to Republicans next year after Democratic losses in the midterms, but she is going a step further now. She will no longer lead her party in the House.
A new day is dawning on the horizon, and I look forward, always forward, to the unfolding story of our nation.
The praise poured in for Pelosi, from President Biden to her colleagues and rivals on the Hill.
My colleagues elected me to be Speaker of the House.
Pelosi first became Speaker back in 2007, making history. But there has been a growing chorus of progressives urging change now. And we also learned that Pelosi's top lieutenant, Maryland's Steny Hoyer, is also stepping down from leadership.
Today is the day to celebrate Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
All of that clears the way for Pelosi's possible successor as Democratic leader, New York's Hakeem Jeffries. And as Democrats prepare for this new era, Republicans are preparing to take over the House next year. Their majority will be very narrow, but they will gain broad investigative powers, already intending to launch a number of probes into the Biden administration, including the president's possible ties to his son's business deals.
The Bidens flourished and became millionaires by simply offering access to the family.
We're also likely to see an investigation into the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. So a lot of investigations moving forward here. A lot of unanswered questions, too. We still don't know what the size of the Republican majority is ultimately going to be, because there are still some races out there that have not yet been called. But we know it's going to be a very small majority. We also don't know who the next Speaker of the House is going to be. Right now, the odds are on Kevin McCarthy, but it's not a done deal yet. And we don't know who the next Democratic leader is going to be. Hakeem Jeffries is kind of the heir apparent, but nothing is certain on that front either. Adina.
Boy, what an intriguing time, Doug. And certainly people are, even I saw Paul Ryan tweeted out congratulations to Nancy Pelosi and being, you know, a trailblazer, as being the first woman to hold this powerful position and some of the things that she encountered. So she is getting some accolades as she says goodbye to this particular role.
You know, there are a lot of folks around here that didn't agree with her on a lot of things, and yet there is a lot of respect for the way in which she led her caucus, sometimes with an iron fist. I mean, it's like herding cats around here, even with people within your own party. Democrats deal with that, Republicans deal with that, and she was able to lead her caucus through thick and thin to a number of successes, oftentimes against the odds. So she knew the rules around here, and she used them to her advantage.
Herding cats, I like that. Doug, just before I let you go, as we look ahead, we got a split Congress here. You got the Republicans taking over the House, you got the Dems in the Senate. Does that mean nothing's going to happen for the next few years?
Yeah, for the most part. And I think that's on the Republican side why you're hearing the emphasis on investigations, because that's the one thing where even a tiny majority can give you a lot of power. I mean, they have subpoena power. They can carry out these investigations. But passing legislation around here, unless it really is bipartisan, is going to be almost impossible. Republicans have a tiny majority in the House. Democrats are going to have a tiny majority in the Senate. And, you know, that's the recipe for gridlock.
Very good. All right, Doug Luzader, on that note, we'll say thank you and have a good weekend.
Thanks. Have a great weekend.